day 2 of hashtag Drugstore Week, and today I'm going to be showing you like what a beginner's makeup bag could look like if they use just stuff from the drugstore, which is a great way to start out, is by using drugstore stuff, because there are some great drugstore products out there that are wonderful dupes for high-end or even better than high-end products. So why don't we just go ahead and get started. Start with like the bag that you can carry it in. This is a bag that I got from City Color Cosmetics, and I think it's a pretty good size. It can hold like a powder, a blush, a brush, things like that you would need throughout the day that you can just throw into your tote or into your bag, and it would make it a great day-to-day makeup bag. Now the brushes that you would need, there's really only 5 brushes that you would really truly need. Even like, you can even get away with just using 4 of them if you really wanted to. First one is a flat shader brush, and I actually use this to do my crease. And again, if you're just beginning, you don't have to do your crease. You can just do an all-over wash of color. And this brush is also great for an all-over wash of color. This is also good for an all-over wash of color, but if it was between these two, I would probably go with the flat shader brush, just because you can really pack it on and get a really bright color going. And except for these 2 brushes, the rest of the brushes I'm going to be showing you are Real Techniques. This one is from Sephora, and this one is from a thing called Essence of Beauty. I think it's from CVS. It's a really great blush brush, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about right now, because I've just pulled it up, is a blush brush. It says powder on it, but it's a blush brush. It's a good size for a blush brush. And it just gets right under the apple of your cheeks, and that's really where you want your blush to go. And then you have a nice brush kind of angled there, to just kind of like do the top of the brow, like highlight the inner corner of your eye, just to really brighten your eyes up a bit. And I told you this is good for an all-over color wash, but again, you don't need it. And then a powder brush and a bronzing brush, which can be used for both. Just make sure you kind of dust it off on your hand before you using it like between brush and blush, and before using it between powder and bronzer, or bronzer and powder, because it can cross-contaminate the colors and it may come out looking a bit odd. But again, this is also Real Techniques. It's great. I hope you guys find these. These are great. You can find them at Ulta. You can also find them at sometimes you can find them at Bed Bath & Beyond, and sometimes you can find them at Target. So you never know. For those of you looking into wanting to use a foundation, I would suggest the e.l.f. foundations. My favorite is the Acne Fighting Foundation. Now for me, I do get some breakouts still on my chin still, but it's a full coverage foundation, so be wary of that if you don't want a full coverage foundation. But it is really good for the price. It's $6, and it works amazingly. And then the concealer that I use is the Maybelline Fit Me in number 10 Light. In number 10 Light. And it's just a great spot concealer. So if you just have like a few blemishes, you can just, spot conceal and then use your powder, which I would suggest the Rimmel Stay Matte, which is about $4.99 or $5.99 at Target or Walmart. And as you can tell, it's my favorite powder, as well as I've hit major pan on this. I have it in 03 Natural, and it is just the best powder. And then you can just use that on top of this without having to put on a foundation. So you can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, or 2 stones with 1 bird. You know what I mean. And then for your eyeliner, everybody needs a black and a brown pencil. Brown is just more neutral and natural, while black is more of like, not sultry, it's more just defined. And then a neutral or a white eyeliner to put on your waterline, just to help open up your eyes, and if there's any redness, it kind of counteracts that redness, so that your eyes look brighter and more open. Now for eyebrows, I have 2 things. If you have very dark eyebrows that are pretty unruly, I would suggest just going with a clear brow gel. This is the Rimmel Clear Brow Gel. It was $3, $4 for about this much, which I think will last me a good long time. It's just got a little spoolie in there. If you want something with a bit of a tint in it, but you don't want to spend a lot of money, I would really suggest the Maybelline Brow Drama. I mean, I'm really happy with it. A lot of people aren't really happy with the brush. As you can tell, it's a bit big, but I like that it has like the little ball shape on the end, because then it helps to shape, it gives you more control over shaping your eyebrows, and the tint is very nice. And now onto blush. A great blush for you to have on the go and in your beginner's makeup kit is actually a cream blush, because it's foolproof. You can put it on with your fingers, so you can put it on just, you would just dab your finger in it and just put it in, and then blend it in with your fingers, and it gives you just the nicest flush. And this is NYX, which is drugstore prices, but you can only find it at Target or Ulta. And this is in CBO2 Natural. Yes, natural. And then, if you just want an all-over wash of color on your eyelids, I would suggest using the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil and 625 Sparkle Nude, which, let me give you a swatch with that, which looks like that. And it's just a nice, sparkly color, a champagne-y color that, you know, just looks good all over the eye, isn't too, like, overpowering or anything, and it's great to start out with. Now, if you're wanting to be a bit more adventurous, I have a couple of options for you. If you want to stick to neutrals, I would suggest the Nudes palette by Maybelline, because then you have a lot of options within one palette, and it's very compact, very small, very easy to use. And then what I would use the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, and use that as an eye primer. Use it, put it all over your eyelid, let it set for a few minutes, and then start applying your eyeshadow. And this way you can go from like daytime work to like nighttime dinner with your husband or your boyfriend, or going out with the girls or something, or anything like that. And that was about $9.99 at Target. And they have these two e.l.f. Prism eyeshadow palettes, and they were both $10. Not $10 together, $10 each. But for the quality of them, I would pay 2 to 3 times that much. This is the Sunset palette, so if you're feeling more adventurous with color, and you think you can pull these off, it has these gorgeous pinks and purples that I love to use. They're really easy to use, really super creamy, easy to blend, no muss, no fuss. And there's also a neutral palette. I would suggest just picking one of these palettes and starting out with them. I would pick one of the neutral palettes, either this Naked palette or the Nudes by Maybelline. And for the lips, I would use a Revlon lip butter. This one is the color number 053 Sorbet, and it's a pinky color, and it's a nice sheer wash of color, but it's not sheer. It's sheer, but it's not. It goes on like it would be a sheer moisturizing lip balm, but it has a lot of pigment, and so you don't really need that much, and they're not that expensive, and they look really cute. I mean, look at that quilted packaging. Now, for lashes for a beginner, I would go with a bristle brush, and I really love the Rimmel Scandalized collection. Whoop, that's upside down. The Rimmel Scandalized collection for that, because all of the Scandalized brushes that I've seen are all bristle brushes and not the plastic ones. And I just find they give such more of a natural look. They give more of a natural look, and they look really nice and beautiful, and give you a fuller, just flirtier look, depending on which one you pick. This one is the Scandalized Flex. I've noticed that it just gives me a nice little flick at the end of my lashes. So I hope you guys found this interesting, entertaining, educational. If you guys have any questions, or if you would like me to do one for a specific age group, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. And don't forget, be bold, be beautiful, be you. I'll be seeing you next time on my channel. Love you. Bye.